Alright, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Nat, and today we're playing Sweet Dreams again. There's a secret ending that I didn't get in other videos, so yeah, we're going to play it. I've already seen all the endings available in this game. I wonder if there's anything within the games file that I can play around with, like deleting any save keys that may be in the game's folder. Right. Maybe I should read the description of the game's store page and check out the game manual download. Alright, we gotta go to files. I don't know if you can see me do this, but I'm deleting the safety key. Okay. Just a passing thought. I'm not yawning. I'm not tired. I'm actually playing this game during the day, so rather than at night, so I'm not tired at all. I'm pooped. Can't wait to just collapse in a nice, comfy bed. At this point, it's a fight to even keep your eyes open. Tiredly, you pull out your phone and check your arrival status. Not for another hour, huh? This place is really out on the boonies. Your destination is Border Springs, and still don't know how to read that. Little countryside town. It's where you were born and raised, although you have little to no memory of the place anymore. I want to go home already. This entire trip has been your mother's idea. Ring, ring. Speak of the devil. Beep. Hello? Lee? Unruly red hair, piercing eyes, and a successful and ruthless businesswoman. Even now, she speaks to her only child. As she speaks to her only child, there is not a hint of tenderness in her features. Hi, Mom. Did you arrive yet? Not for another hour. I see. How's the ride been so far? It's different. Everything here is so outdated, and the train looks like it was made like 200 years ago. 147 years ago. The railroad never bothered to upgrade it. But it does its job. Once a week, it goes to and from the nearest city for supplies, picking up the occasional passenger on the way. Although people don't tend to take this route in the first place. You should be glad it's still running. The only other alternative to getting to Border Springs is by foot. Thank you, Miss CEO of Trains. It still sucks, and I still want to go home. You're spoiled, that's why. I've coddled you for far too long. You do nothing all day but stay in your room playing video games. It's time to get out into the real world. By shipping me off to some place so remote it doesn't even show up on the map? It's your birthplace. You'll be thanking me, Lee. Besides, you have Petunia there. I'm not even that close with her anymore. We've barely spoken since I moved. You got along just fine 10 years ago. Make it work. I have a meeting to go to soon. Let me know when you arrive. Bye, little plum. Bye, Mom. So much for that, I guess. You look around the passenger car. Like your mother said, there weren't many people taking this train in the first place. The passenger car was practically empty, and ideally, you'd use the time to doze off a little. Keyword being ideally. I hate this part so much. Aw, babe, I love you so much. I love you so much more. It's fun fooling them. It's not like I'm getting a wink of sleep anyway with how loud that couple behind me has been this entire ride. I'll just go to the restroom. Splashing some cold water on my face might help me wake up. You get out of your seat and... Ow! Excuse me. A familiar face looks back at you with concern. Are you hurt? No, sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. You squint at him. Those droopy eyes and nervous demeanor, he reminds you of someone. Have we met before? Are you hitting on me? What? What? No, I'm not. Sorry, it was a dumb question anyway. No, not at all. I'm Crow. He shyly motions to himself. I work here. Let me know if you need anything. I'm at your service. Right, you yawn in his face, but quickly catch yourself. Sorry, that was rude. I'm not yawning because I'm bored, I'm just really tired. You shake your head, hoping you didn't offend the poor dude with your rude behavior. Don't know what's up with me today. It's alright. You must have had a long trip. Yeah, I've been traveling all day. I can tell by those impressive bags under your eyes. Is it that bad? No, you're perfect. I know. How about something caffeinated to drink? It'll be on us. An apology for bumping into you. I'll just go with green tea again. 'Cause who cares? You could definitely use some caffeine in your system. I still remember that one time I drank oh, I must have clicked on coffee. Who cares? I still remember that one time I drank 3 cups to pull an all-nighter studying for an exam. I can always rely on a nice warm brew to keep me up. It would be nice. I'd like a... You yawn, interrupting yourself midway. You blink back the tears. Crow gives you a smile. Rest up for a little bit. I'll have your coffee ready as soon as possible. He starts to walk away. Hey man, I hear you're giving out free drinks. How about two more for us as well? It's our anniversary. The girlfriend cuddles closer to her boyfriend in a display of, I don't know, showing off how not single she is. Crow gives a polite smile, but it's clear he's not quite sold on the idea. Sensing the imminent rejection, she turns for you to back up. Help a girlie out. It's our anniversary. New drinking game. Take a shot every time she mentions her anniversary. Despite the girlfriend's insistent nagging, you still feel obligated to assist her. But even if I want to help out, it's still really impolite for me to impose on Crow's generosity by asking for additional drinks. I'll have to turn the couple down. You turn and face the couple who are giving you that hopeful, expectant look, sorry, with their big, pleading eyes. I'll just off. Sorry, 1 second. I'll just offer to cover their part of the bill. That way, everybody's happy, even if it's at your own expense. You nod to yourself, having decided on the best course of action. How about I just pay for the... Well, can't be just disappointing our lovely patrons on such a special day now, can I? The pair visibly perk up at his sudden shift in tone. So, what would you two like? I'll have some drop beer. How about you, babe? Surprise me. But make sure it's a romantic drink, made with lots of love. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. So cringe. I love you. I hate this. I swear, I kind of wish I was playing with someone so they could voice this out. Their mushiness and unabashed PDA makes you cringe a little inside. Crow, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be the least bit fazed. Of course, a very happy anniversary to the lovely couple. I'll be back momentarily with everyone's beverages. Thanks, man. Don't take too long now. Having gotten what they wanted, the two go back to loudly cooing over one another. You slump back into your seat, relieved that the unwanted attention has been shifted off of you. Unfamiliar scenery passes you by as you stare out the window. This is the first time I've traveled so far away on my own. In fact, I can hardly remember the last time I left my apartment. Not since I dropped out of school, anyway. Was the sky always this blue? I never knew how pretty it could be. You drowsily open your phone, hoping to send a picture to Petunia. Connection lost. It was fine earlier. You won't have much luck getting a signal from here on out. Whoa! You nearly jumped out of your seat. You didn't hear him approach you. Did I scare you? A little. Sorry about that. He gingerly hands you a piping hot cup of coffee. Drink. Safety key missing. Let it cool. Let it. I feel like I should click this one. Let it cool. Let's save. We're gonna go to page 2. Okay. So I feel like if I hit drink, it's gonna be the same thing as it was before. So if it is, then I'm just gonna skip through it, and then come back later. But if it's different, then yeah, then I'll read through. But I feel like it's just gonna be the same. You grab the cup of coffee, taking an intensive sip. The coffee is rich, smooth, flavor, soothing aroma. You blink. Well, this is really good. He beams. I'm glad you like it. He motions to the seat across from you. Mind if I join you? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. It's just not often. It's okay, you can sit down. Especially. You seem so otherworldly. Alright, yeah, those are the same options. So, I'm assuming they're gonna go back. Let's just go back. Did I shoot? I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go to below, not freaking save. Just, Alright. He hands you a cup of coffee. We're gonna let it cool. You wave, and a wave of unease washes over you as you take the cup from Crow. You hold off on drinking it right now. Feeling a little guilty, you set the cup down. Do you not like it? Oh, no, not at all. I'm just worried about it being too hot. So I'll drink it after I wait a bit. Oh, I see. Okay. He motions to the seat across from you. Do you mind if I join you? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. It's not often I get I get to chat with others while I'm on my shift, since we rarely have anyone else on board the train. He looks embarrassed, and you feel a twinge of guilt. No, no, it's okay. You can sit down. Thank you. You sigh. You just can't say no to others. Especially not when they have that lost puppy look on them. He plops down across from you with a sweet smile, and you're able to take a good look at him for the first time. White hair, red eyes, long lashes, and a gentle expression. He seems so otherworldly. You're sure you remember someone with such distinct features, and yet, what's with this weird sense of deja vu? We're gonna make conversation? Hold on, actually. We go back, we save. In this slot. And I know they're at the same point, but like... Okay, return. Alright, we are gonna make conversation. Socializing has never been your strong point, but you do want to get to know him better. You attempt to strike up a conversation. So, you desperately grasp at something, anything to say. Your eyes rest at his hair. You have white hair? Okay, that was bad. Terrible, even. You pray to every god imaginable under the sun, that he didn't take offense to the inquiry. There's a small look of panic on his face. Do you not like it? Huh? No, not at all. It's just a little unusual. I've never seen anyone with white hair before, not even in Midport. Midport? The big port city? That big port city? Yeah, have you ever been there? It's a little embarrassing to admit, but I've never left Border Springs before. Really? From what your mom had told you, the only way to get in and out of the sleepy rural town of Border Springs is via a specific train due to its difficult surrounding terrain. You'd have assumed that someone with such easy access to transportation would have taken the opportunity to travel and work somewhere else. So, all this time you just worked on this particular train, but never left your hometown for someplace new? He sheepishly stares at the ground. I like this train. He clearly has other reasons, but his attempt at an excuse is, if anything, comically endearing. You can't help but find it cute. What is it? Nothing, I'm just having fun. Me too. For you, talking to others was a strenuous task. You often struggled with finding the right topics, the right words, the right way to behave. But with Crow, you felt strangely comfortable in simply being yourself. You almost felt as if the two of you were merely old friends doing some catching up. You reach out to drink your now lukewarm coffee, but Crow quickly grasps it from your hand. You shoot him a quizzical look. Your drink's gotten cold. Let me grab you a new one. It's fine, really. I was waiting for it to cool off a little anyway. I insist. Oh, well, if you're sure. He smiles. Well, I appreciate it then. Really, thank you. You watch him start to leave, but without thinking, you call out after him. Crow! He turns to you, a little surprised. What is it? I'll be around Border Springs for the next few months. I, don't have a lot of friends, if I'm being honest, but I feel like we would get along. So would you, like to hang out sometime if you're around? What? Really? Really? You nod your head, and you can feel your face grow warm at your own boldness. I would, yes. I could show you around Border Springs. Yeah, that sounds fun. I'm sorry, I forgot how creepy this scene was for no absolute reason. It's a promise then, okay? He holds out a pinky, and you can't help but laugh at the childlike gesture. You reach out and hook your pinky around his. Promise. Crow swings back and forth in excitement. Thank you, Lee. I'll be sure to make you happy. He pauses mid-celebration as if suddenly remembering something. I got so excited I nearly forgot again. There's something I really need to finish up doing in the other car. He gives you a sheepish smile. Sorry, I've got some things to attend to, but I'll catch up to you when it's time for us to get off. Make sure to wait for me right here, okay? So that I can find you later. He waves you a goodbye. You respond with a small wave of your own before looking out at the passing scenery from your window. There's a warm, giddy feeling in your chest from having made a new friend. Maybe this trip to Border Springs won't be so bad after all. Ending 1, an old friend. Alternate ending 1, an old friend. Alright, so now we gotta do the sitting in silence ending. You did invite him to sit down, but if you're being honest, you're not a very sociable person. In fact, you have almost no interest in talking to a stranger at all. Curse my introversion. This is why you have no friends, Lee. You sit in uncomfortable silence for a while, unsure of what to say or do. After a while, Crow decides to take the initiative. What brings you to Border Springs? Oh, just visiting. From where? Midport. So that's where you've been all this time. The big city? Yeah, I live there. There's a curious look in his eye. When's the last time you came to Border Springs? Oh, wow, probably like 10 years or so? I don't know. Why did it take you so long to come back? You instinctively reach up to check if your bangs are still properly covering the scar on your forehead. Either way, they lead to the same outcome. So we'll just, answer the question. I got into an accident when I was a kid. I don't remember much about what happened, and my parents refused to talk to me about it. But we moved to Midport shortly afterwards. My dad wanted me as far away from this place as possible. Mom probably doesn't care, though. She just wants me out of my room and out of her hair. Kerr smiles. An accident, hmm? He stares at you, the intense eye contact starting to make you uncomfortable. What was it? You nervously tug the stray strands of your hair. The memory of the accident wasn't something you wanted to or could even revisit. Any attempts of recollecting your thoughts were met with blanks or hazy feelings at best. Despite your parents' insistence, you know it wasn't some sort. Despite your parents' insistence, you know it wasn't some sort of freak accident. On that night 10 years ago, you almost died. You shake your head. Why couldn't you remember? Something was evading you. Pieces of the puzzle gone missing. But there was one thing you knew for certain. You weren't the only one present there that night. The air feels suffocating. What happened on that day 10 years ago? A hand on your shoulder brings you back into reality, and you look up at Crow, who gives you a concerned smile. Are you okay? You take a shaky breath in and nod. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I didn't mean to dump all that on the stranger. Kerr shakes his head. No, I was the one who asked. Thank you for indulging me. Yeah, no problem. I'd love to talk with you some more, but I have other passengers to attend to. But I'll be back shortly to collect your cup. Would you mind waiting for me here until then? Here for me until then. Is that even what he said? I don't even remember. But I'll be back shortly to collect your cup. Would you mind waiting here for me until I return? Until I return. Same difference. Okay. Sure, I mean, there's nothing else for me to do anyway. Crow beams. Wonderful. Well then, I'll be back. It was nice talking, Lee. He rises from his seat, gives you a small bow before exiting the passenger car to the dining car, closing the door behind him. You watch him leave, then fidget around nervously. There's something off-putting about him. You've never been good with strangers, or people in general. He's been nothing but kind to you, and here you are struggling to like the guy. Oh well. I'll try my best to get along with him, but I don't owe him anything for getting me a free drink. We'll just say our goodbyes after this train ride and go our separate ways. You stare out the window, silence almost permeating. Huh? You turn around to peek over the seats behind you. The couple sitting there is gone. They must have gotten off at some point. No wonder it was so quiet. You look back at the neglected coffee, now lukewarm. Ooh, I have two choices now. I know. We shall save. Right there. 'Cause why not? We could drink it, or we go to the restroom. Which we know what happens. You know what happens if we drink it. We start to black out and then becomes all creepy. So we use the restroom. You set the cup down. I still can't drink this. I don't know why, but I just can't. You look around the empty car. I should use the restroom now before he comes back. Gotta splash some water on my face to wake myself up. If I remember correctly, it's at the end of the carriage. Should be right before the exit to the passenger car. You're about to enter the restroom when you hear muffled crying. It's coming from the gangway connector behind the exit. I should probably go inside. It's just asking for unnecessary trouble. I probably shouldn't go inside. That's just asking for unnecessary trouble. If this were a horror movie, I'd be the first idiot to end up on the kill count for checking out suspicious noises. You turn to leave, but the sobbings grow louder. Okay. I can't leave behind someone in trouble. I'll just take a peek to see if they actually need help or not. You creak open the door, angling yourself to see through the crack. It's the girl from the couple earlier. She's collapsed on the floor. Did her boyfriend break up with her or something? You're about to call out to her when you're interrupted by the sound of footsteps approaching. Silently, you hold your breath, hiding behind the door as a silhouette enters from the opposite end of the small room. You peek out to see Crow setting down a tray on the ground. On it are 2 empty cups and a kettle. Mark, where did you take my boyfriend? There. Take some deep breaths in and out. It's quite unfortunate, really. You and your boyfriend walked in on me during a bad time. You were putting something in, some powder in that girl's drink. We couldn't just... Yes, I'm well aware. I was there. I must say, your boyfriend sure had aptitude for theatrics. I know that word. Had aptitude for theatrics. Shouting at me, waving his arms around wildly, threatening to report me. How frightening. It's no wonder I acted in self-defense. Please, I just want to be with him. Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt him. Please, just let us go. Shh. You seem to be in an emotional state right now. Let us have a calm, collected discussion instead. A little chat over a few drinks. He pours himself a cup from the kettle. The liquid sounds thick and viscous, dripping with the strange plop plop sound. Sorry. But he doesn't drink. Instead, he swirls the cup around in circular motion, his brows furrowed in thought, before setting the cup back down. What are your thoughts on love? The girl seems taken aback by his sudden line of questioning. She looks up at him in fear, unsure of how to answer. For something so commonplace, it is so abstruse. If not done right, it can hurt, it can tear, it can strip you of all rational thought, it can serve as your fall from grace. And yet, those eyes! I hate those eyes! Why is it that such a self-destructive concept is praised? No, encouraged to be nurtured. For the longest time, I couldn't understand why, or perhaps I was incapable of understanding. After all, love is distinctly human emotion, one that is not bound by reason or logic. He smiles gently. There's a look of adoration on his face. But then a miracle happens, a miracle that granted me the ability to love, one that consumed my every waking moment. Do you know what that's like, my dear? Do you know how much I've suffered for an entire decade, struggling to hold on, unable to let go? She whimpers and shakes her head fervently, hoping to quell the anger she's bubbling beneath his surface. Love is a powerful thing. Even as it plunges a knife into my back, I cannot help but marvel at how warmly my soul responds in turn. And today, after all this time, long in uncertainty, one glance was all it took to remind me just how deeply love consumes, how priceless, how precious, how destructive it truly is. Oh, but look at me, rambling. A one-sided conversation doesn't make for good company. He gives the girl a sheepish smile. She doesn't return it. My apologies. It's been a long time since I felt so stirred. I'm not usually like this. I suppose the two of you simply caught me on a bad day. His gloved fingers gently coast across the surface of the kettle. Good. It appears to have cooled off a little. It was starting to boil. It was still boiling my first pour. I, misstep on my end. I let my emotions get the better of me. He gracefully fills the other cup with steaming liquid before handing it to the girl, who receives it with shaky hands. She eyes the drink with suspicion, before glancing back up at Crow. Don't worry. It's not drugged, nor is it poison. It's simply the drink you requested earlier. A romantic drink for a romantic occasion. Did he, I don't know. What? I do hope you'll enjoy it. I made it with all the things you love. I knew it was her boyfriend! That's terrifying. I'm kind of laughing. It's kind of hard for me to scream. That's terrible. She attempts to drop the cup, but Crow grabs it and her. Oh no! Dang. I was not expecting that. Drink. She's crying hysterically now. There's no need to shout. Your boyfriend still is right here, in your cup. He forces this golden concoction of human flesh and fluids down her throat as the girl gargles in protest. Now, the two of you have become one. A romantic drink, is it not? That is terrifying. You suppress the urge to throw up, quickly turning away from the scene. What was that? What the heck was that? I have to get back. I have to get back before he notices. Quickly and quietly you rush back towards your row in the passenger car, all while trying to suppress a wave of nausea. You quickly scramble into your cushioned seat, clumsily fumbling for your phone. Your hands are shaky as you tap on the screen. I have to call someone. I have to get off. What's wrong? You're pale as a sheet. Did you perhaps see something you... I can't read this. Did you perhaps see something you weren't supposed to? I... Oh, my dearly, don't worry. It wasn't your fault. You weren't supposed to be there. You never would have stumbled across our little tea party. Not of your own volition. Anyway, sorry, I don't know that word. I mean, I probably do. What? What? I don't appreciate it when outsiders try to mess with my story.